Today is 7 July 2023. I have one video in my Facebook that I hope everybody help me share. I'm going to do this video in English, and then I have to do in Portuguese. I need my country. I need they help me to share this and help me to save my niece, my grandniece, that the judge is killing every single day, obligating her to stay in New Jersey. I'm asking you to please, I know, give me a time of your time, your compassion, because I'm all alone against the whole system. I spent 28 June 2023, me and my niece and the little grandniece, the baby that was tortured and molested by their own father. This has been 8 years in court. I'm mentally exhausted. I live in this hell with my niece, the mommy, and watching them suffering, Jeff? Watch them suffer. My husband is here, that I'm not able to keep leaving him alone anymore. I spent 8 years, flew New Jersey to Florida. I never have time to clean my home, have to mend my work, because if it wasn't for me exist, this monster, this child molester, already had caused this baby, had to cause a tragedy. It is a tragedy itself, what he did to her. That she be scarred forever, being abused and tortured by the father. Hope stop. So I'm asking you, please, listen to the story. Let me tell you, every night, I have a video that I think I show where I sleep every night, watching TV, because I cannot sleep. I've been taking something weak, like melatonin, ADVPM, because I don't take heavy medicine to sleep. But even though that I've been taking ADVPM for many years, my stomach hurts. I have insomnia for years because of this. Sleepless nights. Last night, look at this. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it. Let me put the phone a little dark. See if you can see it. Let me see. Let me put a little dark. See if you can see this. In the Facebook, I have to talk real quickly. My friends say I have to talk quick and I don't know how to post anything. This is the mommy in the hospital again. Cannot see it. The mommy in the hospital, the baby next to the mommy. She's 9 years old. This child has been suffering so much. I ask you to listen, and I'm gonna say more and more, so you understand even more. This last night, 1 o'clock in the morning, when the phone, Jeffrey, when the phone rings, when the phone rings, I already shake, because I know a bad news. The baby, the child, I don't know, I can say her name, I cannot say her name, I don't know what I can say here. I wish I can show the videos, but I know I cannot say names. I can say the name of my niece, Eva Gomes. She's there in a video with me, the mother. You know the court system does? 8 years that she begged to save her daughter and they take advantage of her. She never could post anything. I found out my husband posted in 2017 the 2 videos of Gabriela, the baby. They was abused by this man since 2.5 years old. I just saw those videos the other day My husband had a stroke because of the situation. He couldn't take all the injustice. And then, 2017, after he had a stroke, I read his comment that I didn't see from 2017. My husband wrote, let me read what he wrote. Oh, gotta take a while for me to find this, Jeffrey. But it's gonna take a while for me to find it. If you click Jeffrey Levine, you're gonna see 2 videos that I put in my Facebook now, because it was already there. In his Facebook, Jeffrey Levine, Levine. In my Facebook, Luiza Uizé, Luiza Levine. In YouTube, Luiza with S, Luisa Levine, Levine. Please help me. This suffering is not human. What they doing to her. She have panic syndrome. I have videos there. I have like 6, but I think I post 7. That I beg the court, Supreme Court in Newton, to see that video, because the doctor told me every time she have panic attacks, her heart cannot come back, can't stop. They never heard me. They heard me in my testimony. They was cut off. But I want to tell you what happened. Yesterday, 1 in the morning, I never sleep afraid that she end up dead in the morning. So the baby, 9 years old, he say, Auntie, come Auntie. I have to take my mom to the hospital again. And we're devastated because the ambulance came. So the baby tells me, my niece cannot talk because she can't breathe. So the baby had to call the ambulance. This happened since the baby was 40 months old, when the biological father child molester come back to the girl's life. Not come back. Let me correct, make it clear this. He didn't come back. He planned to come back, to rape the child, to use the child, because he said, I don't want this child. When she was 2.5 months pregnant, that she did not know. My niece, she thought she never gonna get pregnant because she had miscarried once in her 20s, and she thought she never get pregnant. She didn't plan anything. She had sex with this guy a couple of times. She got pregnant. This monster spanking her in a hotel. She didn't know she was pregnant. But I'll tell you details, because I have to tell you this is very important. This has been 8 years. She went to the emergency room over 20 times since 25th December 20 until now. 3 times that the doctor told me, after 5 minutes, her heart could stop. When I take her to the Jersey City Medical Center Hospital, my auntie say, Auntie, a lot of doctors around me. And then when I go to her room, when they allow me to go upstairs, I saw in the computer, in a monitor, how you say, Jeff? When they monitor her heart, and I see her heart, and the doctor say her heart all over the place.
On the monitor.
Yeah, in 14 December 2022, after the judge said to her again, deny again, she come to her home, which you going to see the house in my YouTube channel that I do not even know how to post. That's why the court take advantage of my niece, because she has pregnancy syndrome. They take advantage of me. They know I don't know how to write English, but I'm an American citizen. I have to do citizen. I'm a Brazilian, I'm an American citizen. He's from Haiti. I'm from Brazil. And DIFES, the protective soul of the child, lie for 3 years. And this child was abused and tortured because they lied to the judges. The judge tell my niece's face, DIFES don't lie. What I heard in a court, what I heard coming out of the judge's mouth, calling my niece crazy, paranoia. When my niece tells the judge, one of those judges that was in her case for 2 years when he gave this baby for the child molester. My niece begged this judge, do not give my daughter. He would tell her, no matter what you say, I'll give it to him. When you watch those 2 videos they have there that my husband posted in 2017. Let me see if I found this here. Jeffrey, can you try to find this for me?
No,
you can't find it?
Couldn't find it.
My husband, he forgot how to deal with phone because he had a stroke 7 years ago.
That's not mine.
That's why you have difficult to find, Jeffrey.
That's why I have needed this.
Why? So, let me find it here. Jeffrey. Oh my gosh. Jeffrey Levine. Right here. I'm gonna find it. He's coming. Here's the baby. This baby is screaming. This is the baby screaming.
But the mother's so sending you to hell.
I know. My husband can't even listen. He gets upset. But I'm gonna read. He's coming in 2017.
Oh,
Jeffrey, now I can't find your comment. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I gotta find your comment, Jeffrey. Let me find it.
You gonna have fun?
oh God.
No, Jeffrey, don't get upset. I'll explain to you why she said she's gonna have fun. I think I'll come in the second one. He posts 2 videos. Where's the other one, Jeffrey? Oh my gosh, you see? Can't find it. I can't find now, Jeffrey.
Go the other
I can't find it.
You're going too fast.
I'm going too fast?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Can't read.
Oh my God, my niece is calling me, Jeffrey.
Huh?
Evinha is calling me.
So, yeah.
She stopped. Anyway, Jeff, I gotta find your comment. But take me too long. My husband wrote in his comment. If you look, you might find that they have 2 videos. And he made a comment in one of those videos. And he said, how you say, Jeff, that he hates her. He spanking her.
Yeah.
He spanking her. But my husband could now roll the whole thing that he's spanking her in a hotel in Atlantic City. She did not know she was pregnant. She did not know. She did not know she was pregnant because she met this man. He went to her place. She never went to his place. And they had sex. And she found out she pregnant a couple months later. And when he took her to the Atlantic City, she thought that he never took her for dinner, never did nothing. She thought that he'll give her a nice weekend. But she didn't want to go alone with him. She asked him to take a friend. He called the friend a whore and aggressive, telling her, your friend's a whore, you go alone with me. And also I found out, my niece told me, that he told not to tell me. So then I never met him. But actually, he didn't say to tell me. He even told me, Jeffrey, that when she was dating him for this couple of months, he didn't want to, she comment that she was with him, with anybody. Like, I already manipulate her. You know what I mean? So, and then she say that, oh my gosh, I got lost because I'm so tired. And you see, my niece was calling me already. Every time the phone rings, I'm afraid that she going to the emergency room. She's in New Jersey as I'm talking, suffering. That I mentioned a lot of things already. Please. Oh, Jeff, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so my husband wrote in his comment that he hating her. That spanking her. The body was already spanking her. So, but he did not, because he's a stroke. But he's there. He commented this in 2017. His memory is not the same anymore. So, if I show him something, he remember. Like when he hear the baby screaming, he remember. So, then, that's Jeffrey. But they know you exist. That is Jeffrey. Can you see here? Because this is the most giving human being I ever met in my life. They helped me dedicate to my nephews and nieces that with my two brothers was assassinated in Brazil. He helped me taking care of all my nieces and nephews, including Eva Gomes, the mother of the child that was tortured, abused by the father. This mommy, my niece, I brought her here. She was 13 years old. She's 48 years old today. She don't have $1 left. The lawyers going 8 years in court. I went through every day, each day, with her watching the lawyers ripping her off and not doing nothing. So I need a lawyer. They have a heart. They're going to listen, but tomorrow can be too late. What I'm telling you today, yesterday. Oh, let me go back to the videos that you gotta watch the baby crying. I have in my Facebook. You click Louisa with Z and Levine, Louisa Levine. In my YouTube, Louisa with S. So please, those two videos, when the mommy say, you're gonna have fun, Gabriela, you're gonna have fun. She didn't mean that. The judge told her. That's when the judge took the supervisor. This baby was already being tortured since 40 months old. Torture, right? Tortured mentally and sexually abused started 2.5. When the first time the judge gave this girl to this man, when he never saw that when she said to him, I'm pregnant. After the hotel, after spanking her, she find out that she's pregnant. And then she tell this man that she was pregnant. And he goes, I'm gonna show you guys. I have the text message. Everything. I have everything. In 6 years, the judges never saw any evidence because they gave advantage of her. Because she have to write everything. She have to show. They never allowed to show nothing. I'm gonna tell you that I have 38 minutes. The DIFES interview this child when she was almost 6 years old in 2020, 12 December 2020, 2 weeks after this baby coming home, and say, Mommy, and told me the same thing. And he spent a long time with the nails in my vagina, hurting me. But this time he spent a long time. I don't have. Oh yes, masturbating for a long time. So, what?
He has a sleeping.
Oh yeah. No, this is not my husband. Tell me, remind me when she called 911. That when he fall asleep in a bed, Jeff. When she called 911. This was in November 2019 when she come home. The 5 days before the relocation, because he knew the DIFES would lie. So anyway, I will tell details because I think I said that already before in my videos before. But I need to spend time and listen. Today, I want to ask you, we have all the evidence. I have no one to write a letter from English because my husband cannot do anymore because of the stroke. And I don't even know how to post. The court, the judge knows that my niece in New Jersey have no one, that she has panic syndrome. Yesterday, 1 o'clock in the morning, I have the pictures here. The baby sent the picture near the mommy 1 o'clock in the morning in the hospital of Bayonne. And she's not supposed to go to Bayonne Hospital. The next video, I tell you why she cannot go to the hospital. She was terrified, mortified over there, telling me, Auntie, I have to get out of this hospital before my sister-in-law come and work in the morning. Because her sister-in-law, their whole brother married and raised 4 boys, driving truck of this woman, told my nephew a monster. My nephew changed his sister, his older niece, for this woman. They have obsession with her daughter. And I know that because I lived through it for 8 years, watching she brainwash this baby and teach my niece all wrong, all opposite. So I have a proof, because the proof I have and what she did, that sister-in-law. I spent 22 days helping my niece do a speech because she had to write things. God bless the judge that she did not have to read this time, that he allowed me speak for her 19 June 2020, when the monster, the child molester, didn't say a word for 3 hours because he could not call my niece crazy as he did for 5 years prior. This day, he couldn't. He didn't expect the judge to allow me speak, all because the judge have an angel that heard me a couple of months before, beg her, tell the judge if I don't speak on her behalf. If I don't speak on her behalf, he's going to continue raping the child, because her heart, when she sits in a court from the judge, her heart started pounding. It's like gotta come out of her chest. I spent until the baby was 6 years old, sitting in a court, in a hallway, waiting. And every time she get out of the courtroom, crying without breathing, I have to take her to the emergency, while the child molester living, laughing, happy. Every night they show the mother and the daughter, she's not coming home. This child is a molester another year and ripping her skin because she have eczema from the father. That she got that from the father. Eczema, they ripping her skin from the, how you say, Jeff, from the border heater, from the apartment in Bloomfield, New Jersey that she lived for 6 years. The heat in New Jersey, when you put the heat, you know those buildings the my niece cannot control? I live through it. Every time I come back from her apartment, I don't have it here, the picture, because I think it's in my phone. My eyes, I wish I can show you. My eyes come red. My eyes come red. Let me see if I have one here. Night sleeping. I have in Jeffrey's phone. I don't have it here, Jeffrey. This is the baby. I wish I can show you. I wish I can show you some. Oh my gosh. Changing the phone is hard because it doesn't show here. So, what happened? I got lost again, Jeff. Remember what I was saying now, right? Let me get my thoughts. I'm so exhausted mentally. I don't sleep. Imagine my niece. She don't sleep either. She never sleep. A couple of hours. You know when your sleep is so weak. It's like you're not sleeping, just close your eyes. Like yesterday, when I'm sleeping, I wake up shaking because I'm afraid that the phone is going to ring and give me bad news. Like yesterday, 1 o'clock, my little grandniece sent a video for me. Say, Auntie, I have no one, because my friend Selma always helping me. For these 3 years, she been helping when we go into the court, when she go to the hospital. But now, she have a house in Pennsylvania, and she don't stay much at home. And now her sister living in Florida. She say to me, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be home now all the time to save it, to keep Gabriela when the mommy is in intensive care. That takes 3 days to normalize her heart, because when the baby was my friend, because it takes me the next day to get there, because I live in Cape Cod, a small town, doesn't have a plane every hour. So that's the hell that we live in. She cannot die, this mother. Yesterday, I cannot describe it to you. My body, in effect, my husband's health, because our house is small. I sleep for 3 years in another room because I have insomnia. He can't sleep. My husband sleep all night because he saw the phone ring 1 in the morning and he knew everything. So this court system is killing the child, the mother, my husband, me. I don't have money. I don't pay my water bill was cut off 3 months ago. Please watch the videos that my niece is in the floor having panic attack. The ambulance took her, but I lost the video in Cape Coral Hospital. They took her. The problem is, when you go to the hospital, now, in a Jersey City Medical Central Hospital, they understood, because she went so many times, and I begged the doctor to listen to me. I said, doctor, this is the court, causing her panic. Her heart, this has been going on 8 years. But the doctors, everybody is afraid of courts. You meet court, judge, everybody is afraid. By this nice doctor, couple of the doctors in Jersey City Medical Central Hospital, they're wonderful. I told them, doctor, this mother cannot die. This child lives in fear if she don't have the legal custody of the child. I saved this child 3 years ago, but they did not give it to her legal custody. And the child lives in fear to lose the mommy, and live in fear that the court, the judge, will force her to go to this man. So the mommy has to go home. That's why she has panic, has nobody here. And they took her to her home in Florida. So I told the judge, the doctor, because then they called the psychiatrist. I said, she's not crazy. The DIFES, the protectors over the child, the judge, Bolivia, and the child molester, passed her for crazy. Instead, they put them in jail. I'm my head sweating, because here in Florida, even with air condition, it's too hot. So I am asking you, oh my gosh, it's gonna be happy now I'm talking. I'm afraid that nobody's gonna hear me. My only hope is that you hear me, because it is so much. But the bottom line is, I'm begging to put likes. I need CNN. Could you please, if you know how to send a message or write letters for me, for the channel, the NBC, CNN, to tell them to please, to call me, to interview me, to me show them the house. If you want a reporter, come in and talk to me. I show them all the evidence that the court never saw. My niece, the mother, tells me, auntie, they want me dead. I'm afraid that the judge is be 7 judges. I'm here alone. I spent 3 hours talking to the police. But when the baby called 911, she was almost 5 years old, sick and tired to be abused and tortured by the father. He fell asleep in a bed. She says to me, auntie, this is my only chance. He told me later when she come home, she goes, auntie, I lost my only chance. He woke up and shook me and threatened me, say that he kill me, mommy, if you open my mouth, and lock me. He locked me and said, don't open your mouth. And then, because she called 911, can you imagine how much this child was suffering, that she had the courage to call 911? He fell asleep in his bed. This monster molested the baby in his bed, in her bed. I heard she telling me since she was 3.5 years old. First, she used to say to me, when I grow up, I tell you all the bad things. I never asked her nothing because I knew. I knew everything. And little by little, she started to say more and more and more. And then she say, he come back to my bed. And this baby come back home from his home with her private parts red every time. Strep throat. I would say strep throat, Jeffrey.
Strep throat.
Because don't kissing her. She took antibiotics. The doctors knew. The mother begged each doctor. I myself, I wish I can say her name. Oh, I know that his name is Indian name. I told her, please, I'm begging you, tell the judge that she be molested. Save this baby. You know what this doctor did? She changed the doctor. My niece, a couple of months later, say, auntie, remember the doctor? She changed for another doctor. That this other doctor knows My niece asked him in November, 17 November, when the baby coming home, 2019, when she took to the doctor emergency and said, "Doctor, please tell the judge what he doing to my daughter because DIFES, the protective server of the child, DCPMP, that I'm gonna show you how many police reports she did from them." And they say, they put every police report my niece did, they call her crazy. They put it that she have a mental problem. She's not crazy. She raised her daughter alone between the police station, the hospital, and the courts, because every single time the baby coming from the father's house, oh, that man plan everything. You know, the first time they didn't have a pendant court. How would say pendant court, Jeff? Pendant court. Like for example, Jeff, he knows he keep her in the court because he couldn't come to Florida. If you have court every day, every 2 weeks, she has to go to the court and say, "Please, you're doing this to my daughter. Let me go home. He's torturing my daughter." You know?
It's called a pending court?
No, Jeffrey. For example, that she always in court, and then DIFES will accuse her and say, "You 5 years in court, you harm your child." Of course she went to court. She went to court every 2 weeks, because every time, every month, every 2 weeks, begging the judge, saving my daughter, he abusing my child, go to the police. They didn't do nothing. She did everything the mother could do. She's the best mommy. She begged the police, she begged the doctor,